Hello, folks, and welcome to Wildcard Wednesday of July 22nd, 2020. I'm here in Louisiana. Need to put the glare down a little bit. And we have Michael Komaroff up there in New York, Brooklyn, New York City, New York. Back down south, we have the Beverage Ramble in Mobile, Alabama. Out west, we got the Whiskey Scout in Kansas. And then up in New England, we have Bumpy Road Brewery in New Hampshire. So we're going to look at different beers tonight. And of course, some people can join. I'm going to add James P. Madonna. Forgot to check with him because he's going to try to get this vodka open that he couldn't get open the last time. So, well, let me just, well, I'll add him in a moment. I have the Club Tales Mango Margarita, and this is 10% alcohol, and it's we'll give a description in a minute. Michael has a much lighter beer tonight.
Southern Tier Live Session Pale Ale at 5.5% and 37 IBUs from Lakewood, New York, which is upstate. Some people can't.
Jean has one that's becoming very easily available. Tell us.
Do you know that you're muted?
Okay.
All right. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm back. I was muted. Okay. I'm drinking the Yingling Golden Pilsner, 4.7% ABV. From Yingling, DG Yingling & Son in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. 16-ounce can I have here. And a German-style Pilsner. Very enjoyable. A lot of great flavor. And I've had this a few times before, so I said I was going to bring this tonight. And got this for 79 cents at my hookup store. And the date is fresh, so that's a positive. Now, Michael, quick question. I'm sorry. Okay, I was going to say, Michael, guys, any of you for the Southern Tier beer? There was a sort of a double Imperial IPA Southern Tier put out. Did any of y'all remember what that name was? It was two times double something by Southern Tier. Jay, do you know what that beer is?
I got to think about that.
Yeah, it was a two times whatever. It was like an Imperial
Southern Tier. Oh yeah, 2X. Yeah, 2X IPA.
Right. There. Oh, it was an IPA. Okay, I thought it was a stout. Okay,
they have a stout, the same thing. They have.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Stout. And,
yeah. Okay. That's what I had for. Sorry. Go ahead.
Now Jesse, Jesse has a beer tonight.
Yeah. From I'm gonna. All right, let me turn this light on because this is a very shiny can.
Sorry, James. Sorry, James. I apologize.
It's actually coming from the. That didn't help at all. But from Liquid Riot, they're out of Portland, Maine. I have the Essentials, which is an IPA coming in at 7%. It's a couple months old.
Okay, I've never heard of that. Now, Whiskey Scout has one I have heard of, and I even bought a 12-pack of it once.
Yeah, I had never seen it. First time I'd ever seen it was today at the grocery store as a Budweiser Nitro Reserve Gold, 5% ABV, and it's a Budweiser. I mean, it's the Nitro pour. It's not got a widget in it. You got to spin the can 3 times, pour hard, wait for it. But anyway, that's what. Yeah, it's 100% malted barley and 100% barley with some malted barley added, if I remember right.
Yeah, and no corn or rice adjunct. What you do is you flip the can 3 times.
Right.
Flip it 3 times. James.
Yeah.
I forgot to send the link to you, and I apologize. That's why I tried to make Beer Talk so I could give everybody the link without forgetting. That was the whole reason. Because I remember before we had Beer Talk, I used to have to try to remember each person and give them links. I never could.
Oh,
okay, but sorry about that.
That's the one on Google Hangouts, right?
Yeah, and it's on Facebook. Yeah. So James is going to try tonight with the vodka this one.
Okay, I brought what I showed yesterday, but based on circumstances beyond my control, as far as it was the end of the show, I couldn't do anything about it. But I brought the Russian Value Vodka Platinum without going through the mumbo jumbo of the story. You got the double-headed Slavic eagle there, and I had this is Vladimir Putin's revenge. I had a gouge a hole in the cap because it tightened, but it didn't really come off when you loosen it. It just went around forever. So there's Putin's revenge. I had to gouge it, and I'm gonna.
James, how much alcohol is in there?
Hold on. Let me get my reading glass.
Okay, I know you have to get a close.
It's 40%. Wait a minute. Oh, 80 proof, 40% alcohol.
Gotcha.
Okay, Mr.
All right.
Mr. Magoo.
We've got Ronald Sutton in the waiting room. He's going to be added after everybody's finished. So I'm going to go start my little representation here. So here's the original Club Tales from Quebec, Canada, Laval, Canada, in Quebec province, and there's some glare on it, but it's the new margarita, mango margarita. I think this is the newest flavor. It's a flavored ale. And what they say is that they do not use high fructose corn syrup. They use only cane sugar. And the beer itself is triple filtered. So they just they want to make it as like tasteless as they can because they want to build the flavors with the flavors. Natural flavors and certified colors. So he knows food coloring, but you got to watch it. It's 10%. This thing can put you in a bad situation. I would never dream of drinking two of them. You can get the 12-ounce cans in a variety pack, but I got the 16-ounce single, and they had them. Now look at that. That's translucent, and it's orange, obviously, right? Okay, now we have Beer Man and Ronald Sutton in the waiting area. So y'all just hold on. We're going to add. Somebody's got some background little garble. I'm going to.
Is that it?
See if I can figure out.
Did I get it? Did I do away with the background?
I don't know. I hear like a little rumble almost. It's very mango in the nose. If everybody will mute and then slowly come back one-on-one, we can maybe pin it down. It's mango, very mango. There is perhaps a beer under aroma, I mean. But it's kind of bold in the nose if you want to say strong. Now the taste. Well, I don't think I've ever actually had a margarita, but I drank all these margarita style pre-mixed beers. So I guess I would have a good idea what a margarita is supposed to be like. Let me try something here. I'm going to do a little experiment on sound situation. No offense given. None should be taken. Yeah, so that will help me pinpoint the issue. Kind of like it was like a little warble. It's very tart. No, yeah, it's relatively tart. There also seems to be coconut with this. I don't know much about what mango is supposed to taste like. I don't eat mango. It's got that tropical fruit thing going on with it. Tartness is there. It isn't too extreme. Sugariness is there. It is relatively extreme, but it's cane sugar. This is like a natural flavor. The body's heavy. I would hate to see the calorie count. I'm sure it's high. The alcohol level we already know is 10%. So later in the video, if I have trouble pronouncing the letter S, don't blame me. Blame the original Club Tales. It's a pretty dry finish, even though the taste is sweet. Interestingly, that does happen occasionally with beers. Actually, pretty often with beers. It's nice, enjoyable, pleasant, mild in its pleasantness is what I mean. It's not mild in the alcohol level or in the kind of bold flavor, but you know what I mean. It's an overall mild experience. So let's get mellow. Anyway, it's enjoyable, and I think I'm going to give it a very good score. I know a lot of y'all aren't into the flavored beer thing. I'm not necessarily into it either, but you know, it's not a big drama. I'm going to add those other people after we go round the bend. You know what I mean. So now Michael's unmuted, and I'm pretty sure I know where that. Oh, I'm not pretty sure I know where it's coming from, but go ahead, Michael.
This again is Southern Tier live session pale ale from Lakewood, New York, and it's 5.5% and 37 IBUs. And this is what it looks like in the glass. So it's a little small, thin white head, and I don't know if you can see the carbonation going up. It looks like it's pretty active carbonation, and it's a clear orange yellow color. Let me give it a nose.
Okay.
You can smell some spice, maybe some coriander kind of smell in the nose. The hops you can smell, kind of maybe citrusy hops. Can't describe what exact citrus fruit it is. Let me give it a taste. Okay. Cheers, everybody. There's a certain sweetness and smoothness in the taste. It's 5.5. You can't taste the alcohol, but you wouldn't be expected to. I would say that you're getting kind of like a citrus combination over kind of a floral combination together in this. It's more citrus.
You ever had it before?
Yes, I've had it before, but from the same 15 pack. And I guess I had a similar one, which might have been slightly different, which was called something else, but it had live in the title then too. The last time they did this 15 pack. So they've done the same type here. I'm not sure if it's exact. Getting a little bit of grassy hops in this as well. Very drinkable. This could be something during the summer that you'd like, a summery beer. You can't really taste the 37 IBUs being very bitter, although there is some bitterness in it, but nothing for a pale ale. It's normal bitterness, nothing exceptional. I'll keep drinking, and I'll have a number for you shortly.
Okay, so bitter, but not profoundly so. Okay.
No, just kind of like moderate bitterness.
Okay, next we have Beverage Ramble.
Okay, good evening, everybody, everywhere around America, around the world. I am drinking the Yingling Golden Pilsner tonight. As you can see, 4.7% ABV in the can. A very enjoyable beer. This is what the beer looks like. I've had this and I reviewed it and I gave it a very high score, even though some people weren't too thrilled about this beer. It does have a sort of a nice color. It has a bit of a hop flavor, hop aroma to it. Very strong malt character. I don't know if they're trying to make itself to be more of this is a German Pilsner on Beer Advocate in terms of its style, but it does definitely have a very good, strong malt character to it. A tad sweetness to it, but the malts tend to kind of cover up the hops in this.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
It's not really Pilsnery, is it?
No, not at all. But very cold. We've had other Pilsners like Pilsner Urquell or Mama Yellow Little Pills by Oscar Blues, which are right on that level, but those are more, I guess you could say, more Czech style pilsners, I guess you can say. Is that, if that's fair in this? But overall, good brew you can have with some grilled oysters. That's what kind of comes to mind that I could have pair this with. Or maybe grilled oysters, or maybe some nice a good seafood boil.
Egg,
You know,
an egg salad sandwich.
possibly, yeah, poultry. You know, but well, maybe chicken salad, but you know, egg salad, I don't know. But anyway, a
Okay.
decent brew. But I'll give you my score later in the evening.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right. So with the Liquid Riot Bottling Company and their Essentials IPA at 7%, I'm going to just read the back here real quick because it has some interesting history stuff on it, and it kind of tells you what Liquid Riot is. Liquid Riot Bottling Company, established on the waterfront of Portland's Old Port as Maine's first brewery / distillery / resto bar, located just blocks from City Hall in the location of the Portland Rum Riot of 1855. We put all the passion and energy of past riots into our own liquids, bottled, canned, or on tap, made locally for your enjoyment. So they're not just a brewery, they're a distillery and bottling company and bar and everything else. So go ahead and crack this one open. I ended up picking this up because Craig Swenson sent a beer mail down to John and Nellie, and one of them was a Liquid Riot beer, and he thought the world of it. So I've always kind of steered clear of them. This is my first time having anything from them. But pours with a nice, tight, white bubbled head. It is a hazy, mellow yellow coloration of the body. The aromas.
Call it mellow yellow.
It's got like a lemon type aroma, but there's a zestiness to it. Like a spicy zestiness. Almost like I don't know if you use like thyme or oregano type aroma. A little strange, but yeah, so lemony, citrusy, and kind of herbaceous. It's going for the first swig. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Yeah, light body, medium carbonation. Kind of has the more of the herbal to earthy type hop presence coming through mostly. A little bit of a citrusy twist in the back. Some like white bread, malt notes coming through. That's about all she wrote there. So I'll continue to drink on this and figure out kind of where it sits with my scoring.
Okay, doke.
Oh, a little bit of bitterness there too to finish it off that lingers on.
Okay. Well,
Go on to somebody else right now. I'm kind of dealing.
okay.
I got the Russian Value Platinum vodka. It's from the Kazan region of southwestern Russia, and it says it's made from the finest grains, which grains in plural. Sounds like there's a variety of grains used. Let's check it out. When all else fails, gouge a hole in the cap.
Right. That was a good idea.
Yeah, well, I just went screw this didn't work. Unscrew this didn't work either, so I just went whack because I only had a few minutes to do that. No sweetness. Very smooth, flavorful vodka. It reminds me a lot of the Wheatley's, the Wheatley vodka. It's actually quite good. The flavor is so interesting and prominent that you could actually sip this on the rocks straight, aside from using it as a mixer for a martini or vodka tonic or gin and I mean a vodka and quinine, tonic. Yeah, vodka tonic. That's it. It's good right alone, without anything.
I was looking on their website, James, and they said that the name Russian Value comes from back in the 1800s. These traders would come through. These traders would come through Kazan,
right?
And they would actually use vodka as money.
Yeah, that's what the little story on the back signified. I didn't want to reread it because I did yesterday, but yeah, it's actually highly prized in at least that region of Russia, and it has a really nice label. I'm hopefully the large bottles have a cap that
Comes
works.
off.
That's functional, but it's got a real pretty label, with the double-headed Russian eagle, and the fact that it says grains. Oh yeah, I love tonic water. Some people hate it, vodka tonic. It's got quinine in it. Quinine, like hydroxychloroquine. It's gonna take it, try it. Hydroxychloroquine, try it.
Right.
Or maybe inject some cleaning fluid into your artery there. So anyway, hold on. I digress.
Don't choke on the vodka.
I digress. So anyway, it's highly prized in Russia, and it's highly prized here in the Jolly Roger studio. And I would definitely search for the big bottle the next time I have the opportunity. And it's not as sweet as it's not as sweet as some of the domestics, but it's in between. So it'll be a great mixer and great by itself. And I know there's nobody with their arms flinging around, getting all impatient, like some people we know. But anyway, I would give this as far as
wait.
Oh no!
Come back around for the score.
Okay, I feel bad about the two guys in the basement. All right, we'll do it that way.
Hey, James.
Yeah.
I like the stash is going pretty well, man.
Sorry about that, guys. My dad, he calls me. We use call talk. I've called him earlier today, and he called during Stout Sunday. He called. Now he calls during. He's got a penchant for finding the times when I'm doing this. But anyway,
Scout. I know all about interruptions. Believe me, I know.
Yeah. I hear you, John. All right, we will flip her 3 times. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, women are the
All right, now prep don't go everywhere. The first one didn't. I've already did this once. You do that, and then it says pour hard.
Oh wow. Dive.
I don't know how well y'all can see what's going on there. I'm on my business computer upstairs.
It's a nice color.
It's a golden. Yeah, it's deep golden. Deep golden color. The foamy head it gives us is a heavy, thick foam. It's not it's almost like closed cell foam. in a way. I mean, it's just really, really thick. It's probably what, a finger and a half, maybe, yeah, about a finger and a half there. Settles out. Nose, it's sweet. It's got a really sweet caramel nose to it. It's bringing a breadiness to it. And that's truthfully about all I'm honestly getting out of it. But it's a nice wheat bread, and a nice wheat bread with a really nice. My mouth is watering, and that caramel note it brings in there is really, it really transfers into the palate really well. Oh, it stays. It's something else. Again, the caramel sweetness is there. A very rich, malty bready note. And it really translates across very well. It has enough hops and bitterness. I don't know didn't say which hops they use. I don't think, didn't read that far into it. But it has enough bitterness, especially on the back sides of your tongue, and it balances it all out. This is very balanced. It's very nice. I think I like the Copper Lager better without doing a direct comparison, but I haven't seen the Copper Lager in some time. But this is very good. Now I paid $13.99 for the 12 pack, which was, I thought, a little bit expensive, but as I'd never seen it before, I thought it was well worth a try. It's not very effervescent, not at all. Pours and done. I like it. I think it's good. You want me to give a score now? Oh.
Hey,
There's Beer Man.
cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Hi, Jim.
Cheers.
So I guess, Beerman, it's going to be your turn to go. There you go.
All right. Sorry. Well, I appreciate you letting me be on here, Ron. Appreciate it, man. This is cool. I always love these review times. So I got one that I think Bumpy had the other day. I found it by Prairie. It's the America American Farmhouse Ale. It's a 6.6%. It does say 7.2, I believe, on Untapped, but this one is particularly 6.6%. So that's what it says. Cool can. I like it. Let's open it. How old is this? No date. I have no idea. Has some wheat in it, so I figured a wheat glass would be just fine. So, got about a finger head. Oh yeah, it's got like the wet hay, kind of a wet hay. There's a bit of a lemon. There's a nice little crackery malt coming out of this as well. Kind of a graininess. It's very barnyardy. It's funky. Kind of like a Band-Aid kind of smell coming out as well. That medical kind of quality. Nice. So it's a lemon. It's hazy. It's a lemon color. It's very hazy. It is opaque at the bulb up here, but at the base you can kind of see my shadow. It's got an effervescence to it though. Fast rising bubble. Lacing looks pretty good. Good looking beer. Let's try it. Cheers.
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 It's light. It's got a medium light body. It's kind of chalky in the kind of the 75% of the way down my tongue. It gets really chalky and dry. It's kind of funky all around the palate, all over the palate, all over the tongue. You're getting this like lemon funkiness. lemongrass or some kind of weird thing going on. It's got that barnyardy foot odor kind of flavor coming out, which is, I absolutely love it. I don't mind it. It's like getting into a nice funky cheese, Very good beer. It has a nice smooth creaminess to it, though. It's really nice. It has a good mouthfeel to it. I really like how it feels. The texture, everything. The lemoniness. It's very lemongrass. Carbonation is low to medium. This could have been a little colder, I think. It's probably about 50 degrees. 45. I guess that's all right. But not a bad beer. I don't think it's too bad at all. I'll give you my I'll go over this and we'll figure it out. Thank you guys. Cheers.
Cheers, beer man.
Cheers.
Damn delicious.
Hello, Ronald.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey,
there I am. I'm in the show. I'm doing a little revisit tonight from Monday, but it's in a can, and this is the new design Heineken can. In case you people haven't seen it, yeah, they change. The Heineken changes all the time. They used to have a commercial, grab a Heine, and that's when they came out with them little barrel cans. It was a pretty nice promotion. I think I got a T-shirt upstairs. They sent me a can cozy that fit that. It was a fatter can, but out of the can, it's much better than the bottle. I have to admit it. I mean, the bottle might make a nice presentation, but that don't mean shit to me because out of the can, it's an awesome beer. Oh, they do use a malt extract. Yeah, that's just to keep the quality consistent, I guess. But on the can, it says quality premium malt log. It's 5% alcohol. It's 30 IBUs. It's one of the expiration date on this thing isn't until April of 2021. So because I bought it out before it was like March. This is a fresh shipment, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I'll give you my score now and drop out and listen or whatever, but it's just a wonderful product. Really is. So continue on. That's my little expose. Hey, I got a question for Jay real quick, though. A little bit of history. Who invented Old English 600 and 800? And I'll give you I'll drop a hint because they also produced, oh shit. What the hell was the name of that beer? It was that Western beer, had 3 letters in it, ended in an X. What the hell was the name of that beer? I'll think of it in a minute. But yeah, they produced Old English 600 and 800. They were known for their higher alcohol beers. Is Jay in the chat? He might not be listening. Jack.
Okay. Yeah, it was Ruff's Old English 600, and then somehow another company got a hold of it, and it was Old English 600 stout malt liquor. Was like 9% alcohol, if you can believe it. I like this comment. I'm going to get back to everybody else's comments. Y'all hear me all right? Let me say that, yeah, and then in 1964, they introduced Old English 800 brand malt liquor. I don't know what the number indicates. It's strange. But, and now Miller owns it for the last 21 years. But anyway, there's different variations of Old English. There's a 6%. I'm sorry. There's a 5.9%. There's maybe a 6%. There's a 7.5% on the West Coast. There's an 8% high gravity across the United States in select areas. There's an 8% in Canada, and apparently around the world is 8%. But enough of that. On with the club. Yeah, I always listen when I'm off the thing. I'm always listening very carefully. Remember, I'm listening. Okay, here's the mango. The score for this. I don't endorse using food color beer, but on the other hand, it's funny to me that some people will throw a hissy fit over food coloring in beer, and then they'll say, "Well, I got to go now." And I say, "Why are you leaving?" "Well, I'm going to a birthday party." Okay, and then they'll eat cake with, icing, food coloring, and they'll love the cake. And I'm like, well, that's got food coloring. Why are you eating the cake? You know why? Because they want it. Now, I'm going to score this. I'm going to say that this hangout tonight is in honor of our fourth president, James Madison of Virginia. I'm going to score this in a 95 out of 100. It's that good. It's got the mango. Thinking about Michael right now. It's got the mango, and I'm thinking about Michael right now. So so that's a 90. What did I say? 95 out of 100. So now on to Michael, who's going to give us his score for his much lighter product.
Okay, I'm giving the Southern Tier Live Session Pale Ale an 88, which is a B+. It's certainly something that I would not turn away if somebody offered me one. And if it came in another 15-pack, that wouldn't be the reason I wouldn't buy it. But I don't think I would ever buy a 6-pack of it. So, I mean, if it came in a mixed pack, I would take it. It's okay. The price in this 15-pack was so good, and the beer was so fresh. This was dated 6/9, which means it's only a little more than a month old. I've had it a couple of weeks. So when I got it, it was less than a month old. And the other 4 types that came with it all were in early June. So it was pretty fresh. You can't always get beer that fresh. So it's kind of nice when you can get beers that are close to date. But it's a B+. There's nothing wrong with it. I've had pale ales better, but it's certainly in the moderate range, and nothing negative about it.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a lot of beers I review. They're good, but you don't ever have a desire to necessarily drink them again because there's so many B+ beers. That's not saying much, right?
It's okay. I would, if somebody offered me one, I would drink it.
Right, but yeah, you agree with what I'm saying? That B+ is not that.
I'm looking
it's not remarkable.
I'm looking for A and A+ beers. Now, I find
you can get those pretty easily.
I find those.
You'll find them. Yeah. Now, Jean, what do you score that odd Pilsner thing? Oh, you muted yourself. Unmute yourself, Mr. Muter. Commuter. Unmute yourself.
I unmute myself.
Unmute
Where's the voice coming from? Is it coming from Jean-Pierre? Sometimes it is. So
I don't think it was. I don't think it was actually.
Okay. But anyway, I give the I give the Yuengling Golden Pilsner. I give it an A- score. And when I reviewed it the first time, I think it's good. And like you said, it's a certain. I don't know if you're going to consider it a Pilsner, maybe consider it maybe a regular adjunct lager, but it's pretty good. So
it's not an adjunct.
Yeah, I know, but it's
not an adjunct.
I
No
know.
corner rice. No corner rice.
It's a golden pilsner, a German style pilsner. So
what do you
I give it, like I said, I give it an A minus. So that would be a 90, 89, 90, A minus.
I got it, 90.
Okay.
Let's say 90, because if you give it an 89 and you call it an A minus, I'm going to say your school should be losing its certification. All right.
The teacher, the professor,
All right.
Professor Mr. T.
That's right. I never worked at any school in my life where an A minus was an 89. All right. And I worked in some schools where the quality control was, let's call it questionable. Anyway, now. Oh, Jesse's going to unmute, and he's going to give us his score for this product, which I'll never taste in my life.
Yeah. Liquid Riot, the Essentials IPA. I'm going to give the exact same score that Michael Kormeroff gave his brew. It's an 88. Nothing really wrong with it. It's got a different it's a different go at an IPA for sure. Like with the kind of more of the spicy notes and stuff kind of coming through with the herbalness, kind of more on the earthy type side than a lot of the big, huge citrus or tropical type IPAs. So yeah, an 88. Well built, no off flavors, just not my total cup of tea, I guess, when it comes to the flavors that were coming out of the hops.
Yes. Well, when he says 92 is a B plus, I'm talking about the college grading scale. Actually, in high school, when I was in high school, a 94 was the lowest A. 94 was the lowest A, but they decided that was a little too stringent, so they started to bring it down a bit to 90. I think 93 was your lowest A by the time I retired. They didn't change it much. Now, James, the Piranha, what do you score this Russian vodka? I know it's going to be high. Let me unmute you because we had some little. Hold on.
All right, the Russian Value Platinum. As far as vodkas go, all around, I'll give it a 99 out of 100. I was thinking about the score.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is exceptional, and not just because of the story. I mean, as far as all around quality, and I was very surprised by something I saw for the first time. To the man before that likes pro wrestling, I tried to do a pro wrestling talk show last Friday, and my co-host couldn't get on StreamYard because he had an older iPhone. And I know iPhone forces you to use Safari with StreamYard, and Safari's not compatible with StreamYard. It won't work. And I did a show based on a recommendation of Eric Fraunfelter on an app called MobCam, and it'll stream to many various locations on the social media simultaneously, but you cannot have a guest via video. It's a solo live broadcast, but it works like a charm. So if you have accounts in different social media, you can simultaneously stream there, and it works. So anyway, then I'm done. The next.
Okay. I believe it's my turn. The Budweiser Nitro Reserve Gold. As it's warmed up a little bit, I do get a little bit of, I'm not going to say it's not a citrus style fruitiness, more like a pear, something along those lines. It's real gentle. It lays in the background, but there's a little citric fruity note there that's not sharp like a lemon. And pear, think of pear. That lays in the background a little bit. Other than that, it's a well-balanced beer. I enjoy it. I'm going to give it a 91. I think it's a really good beer. So And I'm not the biggest Budweiser fan, so that's a good score for me for Budweiser. Their copper lager was out of the world, but that's a whole different ballgame. Anyway, 91.
Nice.
I think you're next.
Is it my turn? Oh, it's my turn. Hey. All right. So I wrote a few notes. I'm just gonna kind of go off them real quick. I like the flavor. I like the flavors of this. A lot of hide and seek flavors. Had to find them to pick it out. Fun to drink beer. Definitely. Medicinal notes tend to leave once it's exposed to air a bit. Lemon herbal flavor, sweet honey-like citrus, lemon, slight grain taste on the palate tongue. Grassy lemongrass, lemon window cleaner smell as well, which is weird. Finish was tolerable and seemed to end with a pretty nice touch of dryness, slight bittering. You can taste the funky yeasty-like taste. It really plays a good role in the style. I gave it a 94 out of 100. It's freaking amazing. So, cheers. Thanks, Ronald. I appreciate you letting me on here.
Mr. Sutton, I think you're next.
Can you hear me? I can't. There we go. Yeah. The Heineken out of a can is definitely better out of a bottle. You know, this thing is super fresh. And I'm going to bump it up a point for the can. It's a 96. 96. And then the brewery that I mentioned that made Old English 600, 800, and Stag, it was out of Duluth, Minnesota, named Fiskars. Yeah, Fiskars. Same as like a Republic fishing knife that says Fiskars on it. Yeah, it's the same spelling. Yeah. They made they had a beer that they called 57, and people would go into a bar and ask for a ketchup beer because Heinz 57. So they bumped it up to 5.8 and called it 58. Yep. Amazing. Yeah. They had a beer called Royal Supreme. I remember seeing one case of it, when I was in my youth. Royal Supreme. Yeah. But out of Duluth, Minnesota. Yeah, the iron ore miners, the lumberjacks. Hell, they had a captive market. The railroad went right into the heart of the bread country of the country. You know, they had all the fresh ingredients brought right in. Yeah. It was a nice brewery. They just never updated their facilities. They lost out to automation. Hams took them over. Hams dominated that part of the country. Yeah. But it's a good beer. Heineken, I'm telling you, I think I told you guys the other day, Heineken produces 64.7 billion gallons of beer a year. That's an amazing. That could flood a town, you know. Jesus, boy, that's a lot of beer, man. You imagine Budweiser makes even more. Budweiser has 8 breweries around the world, from my understanding. They have 8 breweries. They're worldwide. They have more in the United States. Hell, they got them in St. Louis, Columbus, Tampa, Houston, whatever. They got them all over the place. But the other countries of the world, there's like 8 breweries. But Heineken makes all this beer out of one facility in Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, you crack open Heineken, everybody's like, what's it smell like? What kind of aroma do you get? Well, I think I smell the air of Amsterdam. You know, that's where it's made. I smell the air of Amsterdam. So, but anyhow, I enjoyed your show the other night, Bumpy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to join this Monday because I'm not a malt liquor type of guy. You know, that country club, I can't find country club around here. I can't even find Old English around here. You know, I get certain malt liquors and that's all. Yeah, I really don't care. But anyhow, yeah, 96 for the Heineken, and one more quick little tidbit. Let me get this in view. Oh, I got too much sunlight behind it. That's the Heineken windmill. not the star. It's the windmill, which I think they should have gone to. Yep. Hops, barley malt, water, yeast, and then the building is the brew house. It's an amazing logo, and they went to that star, and I don't understand it. Don't understand it. But anyhow, did you see my man like Alex, the beer master last night? I couldn't believe he's a machine. I couldn't believe how quick he ate them sandwiches last night. That was amazing. It was amazing. Wow. That was something, man. Wow. I was going to call him Joey Chestnut. Start calling him Joey. Wow. My man was a destroyer. He was on a mission.
It's like Homer Simpson.
I guess Jay is come back. There he is. He's reemerged.
I'm on a malt liquor mission. Now, anyway, well, that's been it's been a very interesting night. And I think things went well, and people did a lot of interesting reviews and gave good scores. I don't know what the average score was, but it was mighty high. It was very high. If your lowest score is 88, I don't think you're losing. You're winning. The highest score is 99. Holy smokes. Now, well, this is the part of the broadcast where let me say this real fast. The double-headed eagle of the Russian value vodka. The double-headed eagle represents the Roman Empire in the year 395, AD 395. The Emperor Theodosius, I believe it was Theodosius, he had divided the empire into two parts.
Holy Roman, right?
It was so big. It was so big it was hard to rule it. So they had the western capital in Rome, and later Ravenna, and then the eastern capital in Byzantium, which was renamed Constantinople. So they had one eagle, which meant the eagle was Rome, but it had two heads, the west and the east. And that's why Russia still uses that as their symbol today, because Russia claims that they're the third Rome. They said two Romes have fallen, and we are the third Rome. So Russia claims to be the third Rome. But so you have the Western culture, the Roman Catholic Church, and you have the Eastern culture, the Eastern Orthodox Church, and you have the Greek culture in the East, and you have the Romano, Italian, Latino culture in the West, Germanic Italian culture in the West. So that's where that comes from. I just thought I'd mention that.
Fascinating.
It's good to link beer with history. Yeah, it's good to link beer with history. So anytime you see the double-headed eagle, that's representing the Roman Empire. And the Scottish Rite Freemasons use the double-headed eagle also, by the way.
I like
for some of their degrees.
You remember the series Vikings? I wonder if they discontinued that on the History Channel. Did you ever watch that?
I never watched.
Yeah,
I heard of it.
Yeah, it was pretty
I've
good.
watched it. I think they're just going on to another season, but for the people to have lived, those people did not share the same time eras. When you find out, they compressed 400 or 500 years into like a seemingly a 70, 80 year.
Yeah, right.
It didn't work that way.
Well, you know what's mind-boggling is the courage they had to go out in one of those oak wooden longboats and across the Atlantic, the North Atlantic, mind you, the North Atlantic, in those boats. When you're out in the middle of the ocean, a regular ship today is like a small boat. So you can imagine the Viking longboat being out there. It takes a lot of guts.
Right, you're right. Yeah, but this is the end of the. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. We tomorrow morning at 5:30, I have Dawnbusters, and I have a big challenge, but it won't be a challenge. Believe me, if you want to save yourself some time and effort, don't watch it, because you're going to watch, all you're going to see is me doing Cruzan aged light rum versus Caliber. It won't be a challenge. I'm going to know it on aroma only. I'm not even going to taste it before I call it. All right, I'm going to call it before I taste it. I can tell you already what it's going to be. So I don't know how many video channels tell people not to watch the videos, but I'm telling you, that's it. And then I'm going to do a follow-up later in the day. This is the plan, God willing, where I'm going to do another Sazerac rum, which is called Skull Dry White. Now, Skull Dry White is very interesting because Skull is very dry. It's a wooden. It tastes like a oak barrel. It's so dry. Oh, it makes you want to drink more. Well, that's the purpose, right? So then it's going to go up against the Cruzan. That one's going to be a challenge. That one's got me a little worried. The Dawnbuster is no worry. That's going to be a slam, a slam dunk. But the one in the afternoon or later morning, that one's got me a little concerned. But no big deal. Then Bumpy Road's about to make an announcement about some Multi-Monday related issues. And then James is going to close us out. But we're going to let everybody talk also. Everybody might have announcements. And I got to bring back some. It's hard to do 6 people it's hard to do 8 people with 6, right? But Bumpy Road's got some exciting news about Multi-Monday, I think.
Yeah. So, well, Multi-Monday. Right now, what's leading in the polls and is definitely not going to be overtaken in the next 4 minutes is malt liquor.
Oh,
Go get yourself,
That's what I have.
go get yourself a malt liquor for Multi-Monday, 7/27.
You got a high gravity.
That's right.
Hey Jay, I placed an order tonight from the local brewery. It's only like 10-15 minutes from where I live. Brick City. I placed an order with them to deliver tomorrow. One is quadruple dry hop, double IPA. The other one is a hazy, and then the other one's a pale ale. So it's 3 because you have to make a $50 minimum order, and the shipping is $5. So they're going to deliver it tomorrow. I think it's four packs of 16-ounce cans, I believe.
Oh boy, I hope you bring those on Wildcard Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm going to take one of each, and I'm going to put it to the back of the refrigerator strictly for the shows. And it's just right over here. I mean, this is like one of several craft breweries in the between northern and central Jersey. Now, I have a quick question for Michael Komaroff. Bill de Blasio, did he not reopen construction? Because every time I look to the top of the Nordstrom Tower, and I can see it in very fine detail, I don't see any action going on up there where the crane is.
Construction definitely has been reopened, but I don't know about that specific site, if they're working on it or not.
Okay, yeah, the new skyline, with the I think they're condos or condo apartments it's by Central Park.
Right. The cops were busy today removing the homeless from City Hall, so Trump doesn't send his merry men in. But
well, if Trump sends in his fascist stormtroopers into New York, I think Andrew Cuomo can, if he wants, to call out the National Guard to counteract the stormtroopers.
Now it's supposedly just Chicago and Albuquerque, I think, were the 2 sites that he was mentioning.
Right. After Portland.
Right. Those are the places after Portland. Those are the next sites where they're slated to go. And he's backed off of New York, although he still picks on us anyway. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think the Northeast would take kindly to his.
We have thick skin, James. We have thick skin here. We can take it.
Oh yeah. I don't think New Yorkers will tolerate that fascism crap. With his private paramilitary thugs. But anyway,
Jesse, this is what I've taken out from my vault for Monday.
I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word because I'll say the wrong
Nice.
thing. Oh, DKML. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, boy, that's the best malt liquor I ever tried.
I
Never heard of that in my life.
I may get loaded. It's very high alcohol.
Yeah, I had two choices. It was either Steel Reserve or Hurricane.
This
I've
is
had Steel
barrel
Reserve, and I didn't care
aged
for it.
too. Barrel aged malt liquor.
Nice.
I have to think about mine. I might be creative. I might bring in the Santa Claus. I don't know. Wow.
The other announcement.
Right on the can.
Yeah, that's the one I got. I'll grab another one.
Hey, before we get off, the other announcement, if anybody's interested now, coming on with John and Illy and myself, if you have a Southern Tier, and I know everybody can't get it, but if you have a Southern Tier, Lakeshore Fog, Hazy IPA, we're going to be doing an examination right after this is over.
Well, of course I don't have it because I haven't been able to get Southern Tier beers around here for 6 years. But with a can of dinner and a bunch of fine. Okay, now James P. Madonna is going to close us out with musical selection, and then that's it for this broadcast.
Okay, everybody, it's been fun.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Nice. Cheers.
Old English style.
The dogs are barking.
you have just departed the pirate ship of Ronald J. Two.
Did I hear the whistle? Not bad.
Pleasure was all yours.
Everybody have a good week, and I'll see you on Stout Sunday. Everybody,
All right.
take care.
I'll take care now.
Fun.
I'll take care now. And one
Cheers,
more thing,
guys.
I'm trying to locate some Calypso rum. I got my mind on Calypso rum. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for having me on again, Ron.
Cheers. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it.
Welcome anytime. Thanks for everybody joining, watching, and St. Ives Special Brews. They might still be produced in man because you never know about Pabst. Pabst has brands I don't even think Pabst is aware of.